Good evening, everybody. Welcome to GTSA Season 1 for 2024, Race 9 at Brands Hatch in the GL4 front-wheel drives. And I've just seen my co-commentator, Mr. Ravanti, joining. How's it going, Rav? You're just in time, qualifying starting. I don't know if you can hear me yet. I'm waiting for the signal to get out that big Haichi they got there in Kimberley. And we have the guys heading out on their 6-minute qualifying, which allows for 1 out lap, and then they get obviously 2 flying laps. Hopefully they don't do what I did, mess up your first and get a penalty on the second. Trivi, welcome to the chat. You feel free to come join us.
Revs.
What's happening, Rav? You just came through now.
Oh, nice. Oh, hey. Oh, Trivi greeted you in the chat. Oh, yeah. Appreciate it. I just finished my race now. Scored a lovely second.
Awesome. In pool 3?
Pool 4. I just didn't put pool 4 last week.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be in 1 and 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Must stop abusing the pool 4 guys.
Fast.
Awesome. Well, I had a great race to 10th place in pool 2. It sounds odd, but 10th place in that pool was probably the best I could hope for. I got to bump Uncle Ken. small. He bumped me in turn 1, so I bumped him back in turn 2. No harm, no foul, I don't think. And some nice touring car racing at Brands Hatch. I've seen a lot worse here in the old days.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Triv says he had P4 in the bag, but he spun himself out. It went away before I could see. Sorry. So we're just going around. The guys are on their out lap. I like Jan Ali going for the classic plain red look on his livery. Oh wait, he's got a bit of a stripe on the side there, but that looks almost like a street car.
It does, like a tuned-up street car.
Yeah. So I heard rumors of the 3.
I'm surprised.
I heard rumors of 3-stop drivers on VWs. I didn't really practice. I just jumped into a lobby last night and Tuesday night, and each time I jumped in there was a race starting. So I did a 3-stop and then I did a 2-stop last night, and for my pace both were pretty similar, but I think for the guys that are good at saving tires, which is not me, 2-stop might just be a bit quicker because you don't get held up with the traffic. So that's what I went for. What did you do?
The thing is, I did the 3-stop.
You in the 3-stop?
The thing is with these the 3-stops. With these front-wheel drive cars, once the tires go below 50% degradation, it's like a significant time loss. You lose like between 8/10 to a second per lap.
Try with me. I think I lost 2 seconds on the mediums lap. Right at the end.
Oh yeah. Once
laps.
it's like the drop off with 50% and 75% is just utter hell. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how these guys go, because the 2-stop and the 3-stop is both viable. The 3-stop is fast if you just want to go flat out push hard. Yeah. But the Suzuki Swift seems to be really, really good on tires. So most of the Suzuki Swift I suspect will do a 2-stop. Yeah. But what is a surprise I was seeing is the Audi. I was thinking it's a lot more between the VW and the Swift.
Audi's always in there.
Yeah, the Audi. So this is my take on the 3 cars. The Swift is extremely good on tires, but chows fuel a little bit more, whereas the VW is much faster and is just relatively good on tires and fuel. Yeah. Not as good as the Swift on tires, but good. The Audi is just pure balance. It's good in the straight line, it's good on tires, it's good on fuel.
So we're going to go, the guys on their second flying lap already, but so far we've got Kalen Pace on pole, 28.7 first lap, S&P 29.0. I actually think I saw Fluffy Butt was 29.0, but I think he might have exited. There he goes, he's back from the pits. S&P 3rd, Levi 4th, Richard 5th, RBS 6th, Brunavane 7th, Ghost Killer, GTSA, Pumpkin Patch, Soda Bull, Jan Ali, Yasteel, and Supermany, and we'll come back to those guys shortly. But let's just watch the guys finish their second flying lap, see if anyone jumps the gun there, jumps ahead.
So is there any missing drivers? Would there be a chance that I could join?
You can jump in the lobby, just quickly before the race starts, now that the guys have finishing their flying laps.
Wait, how long is the practice?
1 minute left.
5 minutes.
Yeah, 6
1 minute
minutes.
left. Okay.
There's a minute left. So
Okay.
Kalen's still on pole.
Oh, I hope I don't destroy their laps. Okay, so here we go. I'm in. Seems like things didn't take a turn for the worst.
Most of the field is parked up at the moment.
Okay, I see
Which
a
is why-
few of the guys starting on softs, a few on hards.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that was your other question. Like S&P, I was watching here's in my practice lobby, and here's doing the 11 soft run mediums, and then last lap or 2 laps ago, when the fuel ran out, 2 laps ago, 3 laps ago, pop in and put hards on.
The hard tires.
The word,
Yeah,
the word I was looking for.
That's what the yeah, the Suzuki Swift can definitely do that. It can definitely do the either 1 lap on odds and do like it's like 17 or 18 on the mediums, and then do like 10, 11, 12 on the softs.
Okay,
So it's all to be like switched around.
I'm just quickly
The
going
full
to
starts.
put the focus.
I don't know if full starts is good.
Where are the... I wanted to show you Super Manny's livery. Wasn't there a story behind Manny's livery that you have to tell us?
Yep, that was the thing. Let me just get the message here.
Okay.
So,
How cool is that livery though?
that livery is very cool. So, the one thing that's about Superman's livery is that, well, they congratulating his sister, Superman's sister, has just got a little boy entering the fray. So they say there's a future little pace racer. It's congratulations to Kamishka and Previn on the birth of their little boy. Previn is also part of Team Pace, so and he hasn't been racing probably because of this craziness around the kiddo. But yeah, a new racer joins the community.
Awesome.
As much
So-
as they can't contribute, but
So we're just going to say Sister Manny had a baby Manny.
Sister Manny had a baby Manny, and the boy's name is Ishan. So everyone in chat, if you could just say a congratulations to Super Manny, as well as Kamishka and Previn, we would appreciate it. And yeah, let's hope Manny can keep himself in pool 1, but I'm sure you wouldn't mind having the extra time to go spin with the kiddo.
Yeah. So we're going to go to the front. Richard's on the softs. He's jumped Kalen. Kalen also on soft. Picked up half-second penalty. S&P, Fluffy, and GTRSA all had a bit of a shoulder-rubbing session with Levi. GTRSA is doing the 3-stop, I think, because there he goes into the pits with a bunch of other...
Yeah,
We have
Pumpkin,
GTRSA.
Manny, Yastil, Gilara, all 4 of them.
So currently it's Richard leading, another very fast driver from VSR.
Oh, GTRSA got a 3-second penalty from the pits.
That's disaster. I did that in my practice yesterday. It cost me about 5 seconds.
It can happen. It can happen. And I mean, as much as I would say Brands Hatch is probably one of the most lenient pits, the penalty zones. Because you don't get much speed, and with the Group 4s you don't lose much, but a 3-second is still devastating. 0.5, not that much.
Yeah.
We'll see. Kalen is going to lose a bit of time to Richard, but it's probably going to be taken by SMP.
Yeah, S&P.
Go
So
ahead.
we just we've got 4 softs on Suzuki in the front, then a soft Audi, soft Suzuki. Levi is running the Audi on softs. Fluffy but hards on the Suzuki, loving that cab livery of his on there. GTRS or RBS GT, he's on hards in the Audi. He's got Ghost Killer Pace on hards behind him in the Suzuki. I love the little Suzuki, it's so much fun. Everyone hates FF cars,
It
but
is.
it doesn't feel like the other FF cars. We have Fluffy Butt going into the pit there. Jan Ali now up to 7th place.
He's also doing the 3-stop.
Yeah, Punkin comes through. He's already back up to 10th after his stop. He's on mediums. Yeah, Steel 11th, GTRSA dropped back. Manny 13th. There we go. Manny in the tribute livery, let's call it. Brunavane currently in 14th. S&P has jumped Kalen with that half-second penalty. Costs you about a second, so just takes that little bit extra. Why don't you tell us about our sponsors while we're watching these opening laps?
Oh gosh, I don't know the sponsors out of my head. You'll have to message them to me. Like with last season, I remember the sponsors, but this time I don't. So for Steven to get back and do the sponsors, but yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date on what's happening with the back of the pack. Gilara is currently in last place with Super Manny, much lower on fuel though, so we'll see how that affects his race. But the contention is close: 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, quite close contention. Then we got a battle between Pumpkin Patch and Yasteel and Fluffy, but probably just waiting for something to happen there. Sodable is currently in 8th. He's got a 2-second gap ahead, 8-second gap ahead, a 2-second gap ahead. And Ghost Killer, who goes into the pits on his right, racing hard tires, probably going to go for either the mediums or the softs. 3 laps in, I don't know how much time. You can lose quite a bit of time on the hards compared to the mediums and the softs, but I think Ghost Killer's probably playing it safe. He's probably going to be pushing towards the latter stages of the race, so he's just saving more tires so that he can push more flat out. Steven, you can do the sponsors for me, because I don't know all of them off this season.
No problem. Just while we're watching there, we see Pumpkin Patch already up to 8th place. His teammate Catfish did the same thing in Pool 2 and pulled a nice, I think by lap 4 he was right behind me on the softer tires, so you do make up a lot of pace quickly on that. Uncle Kev saying I must change my name to Suz Blocks because I block a lot. Yeah, the sponsors we can see there nice and clearly on the Cape 9BR car. You'll see on the, once you turn sideways, on the side there, Track Art, Mayfair Gearbox. There's Rhino Utilities in Sanin, they're the electrical guys. There's Right Recruitment, that's in that little dorpy in KZN where DC Gaming stays. Who else do we have there? We have TGN Racing Simulators, did I say? I just always wrap them with Track Art. And then, yeah, that's it, I think. Mayfair, I left out Ford and Cherry. So we've got a nice queue behind Yasteel and Pumpkin there. We've got Fluffy in 10th with GTRSA right behind him, then Manny, Brunavane and Ghost Killer. And as we say, that Pumpkin's already going off his mediums on lap 4, so he's done hards, he's done mediums, so now he's going to run 12 lap on softs.
Oh, very interesting. Okay, also, by the way, the livery of Manny isn't the tribute one. It's actually the livery on Yasteel.
Okay.
Yasteel's Golf and
sorry.
Was that the Golf Scirocco's? I just realized that now. I didn't realize that the livery design was also there. So check out Yasteel Pace's car. He's got the name of the boykin right there. Sean.
Yeah.
Little Manny.
There we go. That's
super little Manny.
Super little Manny. There we go.
There we go.
Now, for some reason I thought they said Manny and Yasteel's cars, so I just looked at Manny. But here we go. We've on board with Yasteel. We've got Fluffy Butt behind him at the moment. Up in front, there's a bit of a gap, 7 seconds. So just run a little bit with Fluffy's now. Opened a bit of a gap on Manny. Manny's running a anime style livery, so I wasn't sure about that. He's got Manny's on mediums. He's got Brunavane fighting with him and Ghost Killer also on mediums, but a bit newer. So we've got a 3-way Suzuki Swift battle here.
And this is the other thing about the 3-stop. Let me stop you right there, Steven. The other thing about this 3-stop is that depending on where you come out, it could just be detrimental. Because like now, Ghost Killer is going to be stuck behind Gilara and Superman on worse tires. And on Brands Hatch, it's relatively much harder to overtake. So you'll either have to plan a move or hope for a mistake from Gilara or Superman, or maybe some team orders to let Ghost Killer go by. Gilara does seem to move though on Superman. It gets a little bit argy-bargy. And our Ghost Killer is also into the fray. Superman, he does let him by.
Hey, we've got some
in that
pace on
little
pace
scuffle
violence.
Yeah.
Pace on pace violence there at the end. Fluffy Butts opened the gap and caught up to Yasteel. What's Fluffy on mediums? Yasteel's on mediums. So Fluffy flying on mediums. Yeah, Ken Dog says, I'm not the minister, I'm the bloody president.
The president blocker.
I use some Lewis Hamilton tactics there. If you get attacked, attack straight back. Fluffy's making that same strategy. Him and Yasteel go side by side through that turn, which is always tricky. Nice driving by the two of them. We're going to go
it
through.
is tricky.
Soda Ball's been quite quiet and in the middle of the field, 7th place, sitting with RBS. He's on mediums. RBS is on hards. I don't think RBS is pitted yet, so he's running hards quite long. Here he goes as I speak into the pits on the 6th lap. I don't think you need
so
to do
he might
6,
be running the 2-stop.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I'd say the
5
2-stop.
would be ideal for
I did
5.
4, and I'm very heavy on tires. I did 4, 13 on mediums and 10 on softs. And my last 3 on mediums were terrible.
Very short here as well.
Yeah. It's about a 14 to 17 second pit stop depending on how much fuel you're putting in. Without fuel, I think it's a bit quicker.
I think no fuel, just the tire change is about 15 seconds from in till exact exit of the pits.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of close battles going on here. 7th all the way up until 10th, 11th.
We're looking at that.
Superman.
So yeah, Fluffy Butt past Still. Ghost Brandvan and Ghost Killer are now past Manny, so they also hunting Still at the moment. Yes, is on the mediums. I think the whole pack is, but he's on a couple laps older mediums. And the guys behind there needed to get a move on. I think Fluffy was in 4th or 5th on the grid, so those guys want to get back to the front. We're going to go back to the front. We haven't been there for a while. Richard is still leading. Fastest lap of the race, 28.8 last time, 2 laps ago. He's got 3 seconds over now. S&P. Levi's up to 3rd, so Caelan's dropped to 2nd. He's right behind Levi at the moment. Caelan had a 31 that time around. Levi 30.5, but the other guys are all in the 29s. So maybe another half-second penalty or something there. But yeah, Caelan and Levi having a nice little battle there for 3rd currently. Both of their front tires are looking second-hand at all. The 2 guys ahead are slightly better. I think these guys are also...
Yeah, the Audis are definitely much worse on tires.
I
think they are faster around the track, the Audis. Richard is proving us wrong though with the fastest lap with the 28.8. SMP3 also the 28.9. And I think on pure fresher tires, the Audis will be a slight bit better. But I think the car of choice would be the Suzuki Swift.
Well, we'll see. It depends on the strategy, I think. Definitely if you want to do the 3-stop.
Yeah, that's also the play.
The VW and the Audi might be a better option, but we're looking, Janali is 8 seconds behind Caelan on the softs. He is 8 seconds ahead of Sodabull on mediums. Neither having stopped yet.
Janali. He's been coming back.
Yeah, definitely. He's been working. Fluffy Butt in 7th place. He's Ghost Killer and Superman have both got past RBS now. Punkin, who's pitted twice, and he still has to do one more stop, but he's on softs the whole way to the end now. He's in 11th, right behind GTRSA. No, GTRSA, RBS GT. So that's a soft versus
GT in the name.
Yeah, soft versus medium battle here. It's where your 3-stopper can get undone.
That's the deficit. Yeah, that's the deficit of the 3-stopper. Unfortunately, if you can time it right, I was lucky with my 3-stopper because I started at the back of the pack because I was trying to sort out my HD cables for the streams. But then I didn't realize that the qualifying was so short. So I started off being in 10th, and straight up, lap 1 went in from the hards to the mediums, and I caught back as time went on, going for the 3-stopper. So I had very minimal traffic, and that just basically secured me almost a win. I was 4 seconds from taking the victory.
Awesome. So I'm just going through the pack here. At the back we've got GTRSA, we've got Branovan, and we've got Yasteel. Then the guys that are out of the relegation zone are Pumpkin Patch currently, as we saw right behind RBS. the other thing, if you're RBS, you don't want to fight too hard, because if you go and nudge and you both go off, you're on a different strategy, so you don't want to hold the guy up too much. But at the same time, if the guy's on a soft tire and you're on the mediums, if you cost him time, it helps you later. So we got Pumpkin Patch.
Oh, Pumpkin with a very nice switchback there.
Yeah, perfect.
Very nice switchback.
Old switcheroo.
And funny enough, I only realize now that most of the Suzuki Swift liveries aren't working for me. I can't see Cav-R and I can't see the GT, the Pumpkin Patches, the 90R liveries.
Yeah,
that's just standard for me.
Weird. This game, Fluffy Butts, I'm enjoying that one. It's blue, got like a blue diamond with black over the front. Very Suzuki, very cool. We always give a shout out to the
I'm seeing them on stream.
Soda Bulls.
I'm seeing on the stream.
I'm not sure quite what's happening there. Caelan's come out still in 4th place after his pit stop. So it must have been quite a quick splash and dash. He hasn't falled up.
Oh, if you didn't miss that Ghost Killer went on a light move, you saw it on the stream just on the edge of the first hairpin there. As you changed,
what
Ghost Killer made a very nice move on the outside of turn 1. Turn 1 of all places, a move on the outside.
Must have been on Super Mini, yeah.
Onto Yunali. Onto Yunali.
Yeah, sorry.
He just passed and took
Super
7th place now.
I see Soda's got a half-second penalty. Caelan already streaking away with fresh tyres.
Levi just goes to the softs again, okay.
Yeah, Levi's also pitted, he's on softs. So it looks like he's doing the 3-stopper. S&P is coming
Richard
in.
Might be doing the 2, eh?
S&P's in here, so close to the pit line there. We'll have to just watch and see.
So let's see what this does for their positions, eh?
Yeah, Richard's going for the 11th lap. I'm surprised S&P's in on lap 10, because in practice he was making 11 laps sometimes.
Probably just that extra pushing, trying to keep up with the lead.
Levi throws the fastest lap, 28.5. S&P, did he get a 3 second? No, it looks like he just got away with that. Comes out right in front of Caelan. He's now also on the mediums. Caelan on mediums. Richard must box this lap, looking at his fuel. And then Fluffy Butts now to 5th place.
Definitely box.
If Fluffy's on a 2-stop, he will go until about lap 16, 17, or 15 to 17 on these tires, and then 10 to 12 at the end on the softs. So he's been missing in battles and stuff, but Fluffy and Ghost Killer both on the one. They've stopped once already, so we'll have to see where they shake out, because they're on harder tires.
Yeah, Ghost Killer does look like he's saved. I don't know if he went in an extra lap. I think he went in a lap later than Fluffy Butt. But he's definitely conserving the tires much better. Nice sip of coffee there, Stephen.
Yeah. Richard into the pits. So I expect Levi to undercut him now with that. Last time around was a second quicker and another lap now. We'll see. Depends.
Maybe just about.
Richard had a little bit of a gap.
Right in contention.
There goes riding on board, and Levi goes through. Kendall saying the Fanatec steering wheel making a difference. You could give me a Fanatec or what's
a Moza,
TGT2, Moza, any of them, I'll still be rubbish. So
Levi is just good.
Yeah, Levi takes the lead. He is on a 1 extra stop strategy, but he's in front now, so he has 8 laps to make that gap. Who's Richard 6 seconds ahead of S&P. They're on the same strategy. S&P just did a lap less on the softs. Caelan's right behind him. He pitted 2 laps before Richard, 1 lap before S&P. Fluffy Butt 16 seconds off the lead, having his soft stint left. Got hards out the way. The guys in front of him will still have to do a hard stint. I don't think they'll do too many laps, so 1 to 3.
Yeah, I was just about to say Liv, and I think Caelan Pace also, Liv and Caelan Pace, they're probably going to do 10 laps, 2 10-lap stints on the softs, and then maybe leave 1 lap at the end for the hards, maybe.
Yes.
1 or 2 laps. I don't even think 2 laps would be necessary. This would be 1 lap at the end. So Liv right now is going to be pushing to increase his gap as much as he can. With a soft stint, he's going to go probably to mediums next, or depending on his gap, he might just switch to hards for a lap and then to
Get
soft.
them out the way.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. It could go anyway. It
Well,
could go
we should just
anyway
get
at
on
this
the
point.
in-car radio and ask him quickly. We just follow. Pumpkin Patch up to 8th. RBS Racing 9th. Soda's now in 10th after his stop. Brunavane with Yasteel right behind him. GTRSA and then Manny at the back. Manny stopped, it looks like, last lap. Kendall asking where's Chris. Chris is with his fan club still this week, so he missed last week and he missed this week. This week, was it this week? Yeah. He was supposed to be in pool 2 this week with us and he didn't arrive. So Ken, you got second last place. Not second last place of the non-relegated. I got second last of the non-relegated. We can thank Chris for that. Good.
Oh, Flasher.
Yeah.
The flashing
I'm surprised Chris and the fan club aren't on the chat tonight. That's also while we're chatting about it. Shot to everyone.
Maybe the fan club are united.
There's about 16, 17 of you that made donations to Choc last week. Big shout out to those guys.
We appreciate it very much.
Yes.
Proud to be a part of this community, supportive community, honestly.
And yeah, we're going to keep.
First is there. Thanks for letting me pass, Stephen.
Yeah, I had to let him pass. He was on softs and I was on hard. Plus, I had to only block Ken. No, I'm joking. In my race, I actually didn't block Ken. I had 2 drivers behind me. I think it was D-Man and Jacques. And we were on the same strategy. So when they were behind me and my tires were dead with 2-3 laps of the stint left, I was just trying to keep my line and not let them through. The soft guys, they made their own way through.
Yeah.
So, there's Chris in the chat, just got home. We're just going through
Hey, from a fan club, Bly.
So I wasn't blocking it, just unfortunately for Uncle Ken, he was about 8 seconds behind us when he pitted for his extra stop, and then he caught the train, and then he was stuck behind the train.
I just moved over to Soda Bull now. In last place, he's got engine damage.
Oh.
Looks like he went off at turn 1.
Okay, well, while he's got damage, I'm
went off to the sand and
going to ride here with Pumpkin Patch and Jan Junelli having a nice little battle. It's mediums versus softs. Pumpkin looking for a way past. And this is costing him time. He's 24 seconds off the lead. He still has 1 stop to make. So do the guys ahead. But he has a bit.
Are battling.
We see, yeah, that gap's been similar. Fluffy was just behind him, so he overtook a few laps ago, and they've been towing each other around 130.3, 130.5, and 7. So running very similar lap times.
Yeah,
Ginelli 31.
He overtook. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, Ginelli is about a second and a half slower than Pumpkin Patch previous lap, but now this lap round he's been stuck behind him. RBS is out on his own at the moment on mediums. Brunavane, same thing. Then we've got Yasteel, 9BR, GTRSA, Manny, and like you say, something happened to Sodable. So it was low damage, so it hasn't stayed permanent, but he's coming around, and that last lap was a 147. So he lost about 16 seconds, unfortunately. Going to be hard to come back from that.
That's a tough one. Yeah, so what I was seeing with Ghost Killer and Fluffy Butt, after Fluffy Butt overtook, he pulled himself about a 2 second lead, and then Ghost Killer just zoned back in and started catching him again. And yeah, now this is going to be quite the battle, because these two are both very good drivers, so you're going to see if the space is going to be afforded. At the same time, Jun Ali is going to try and keep Pumpkin Patch from overtaking as long as he can, because then he's going to just make more use of those soft tires and force an earlier pit.
Yeah,
Jun Ali does get a 0.5 second penalty though.
That should let Pumpkin through, but the problem for him is it's only going to be on the next lap that he serves it. So we have Chris and the fan club now in the comments. Thanks, guys. Welcome.
Hey, the Chris fan club. Welcome.
Pumpkin Box is now probably... No, he's actually on schedule. Remember, he was doing 12 and 12. So 12 laps ago, he pits from 8th place. and he's going to have softs till the end, with cars ahead needing to still put on some hards, some mediums. Where's the battles? Where's Fluffy? Fluffy.
Actually, a very good stint for Pumpkin Patch there, I must say.
Yeah. Well, we got Ghost Killer, as you say, now on the back of Fluffy, but just Fluffy having quite a bit more wear on his front tires. He's probably going to be in. He's doing a similar strategy to I did, hards, then mediums. I said he would block lap 16 or 17, so let's see.
I see, this is something I'm going to the front of the pack again. Both Richard and SMP3 Pro, they just zone in. When it comes to certain cars, they're just flying. Because we saw one of the races that, I don't know if I saw missed last week or the week before, where SMP was just not having a good time. And now he's back just running the podium like it's nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
There's always those cars that you just zone in, that just speaks with you.
Well, we got Richard's only 4.6 behind Levi. Richard's now in the mediums. Levi's second soft, and so he's going to have to put mediums and hards. He's got 2 stops still to do. I'm sure he'll be on this lap. Fluffy Butt on the mediums is now in the pits, as we said, end of lap 16. So he's going to do 1 extra lap than I did, which is about right because I'm heavy on tyres. Kavar Fluffy Butt in the Suzuki is filling up till the end now, so we'll have to see. We've got Chris's fan club are voting for Pumpkin Patch today. So Fluffy comes out, he's got Pumpkin coming behind him, both on softs. About a 2-second gap. Pumpkin's a second ahead of Yasteel. Soda's now 13th because GTSA, I'm assuming, pitted on the last lap, 2 laps ago. We're going to go see what's happening at the front here because Levi's got low fuel, so I expect him to pit and we'll see what he puts on. It's going to be interesting.
I think he'll probably go for the mediums up until the last lap and go to us.
But the next thing Richard's going to also have to put mediums on probably around lap 24, 25. So he's going to have to do 3 laps or so, and there's a 4-second gap. So Levi's going to have fresh mediums to try and catch some of this gap up, and then he's going to have mediums versus hard at the end. Let's see what.
Yeah, Kalen goes in as well.
Kalen in on the mediums.
Probably going from the mediums maybe to the softs.
Yeah, Levi's now on mediums. I'm surprised to see Kalen in. Ghost Killer also in this lap. Kalen back onto softs.
I think
so we've got a lot of 3 stoppers here
Levi
now.
was probably on the same strat.
Yeah,
I think Kalen and Levi are on the same strat, but just different iterations of it.
So Levi's 11.8 seconds behind Richard at the moment. Both are on mediums. Both have to stop for hards, but Richard will probably have to stop a couple laps earlier. Well, actually, looking at his fuel, he's got half a tank. He can go quite a long way still. What's that, about 6 laps? He'll get lap 24, 25.
At least 24, 25 and switch to hards.
S&P
has
more fuel but less tyre. S&P in second is also going to be an issue for Levi, how long he takes to get past him. So what do you think? We think Richard versus Levi at the moment for the race win.
It's honestly going to be so close. These Swifts are honestly sticking to their name because Richard and S&P were ahead of the pack for a good while, and being so good on tires, they don't lose as much lap time as fast as the Audis and the VWs do.
Yeah.
And on that same note, there's only 2 VWs in the lobby, so they're all close in contention. Is the thing. But I think the tire deficit from the other cars compared to the Swifts is what's going to be changing the game here.
JP is saying Levi started on the hards. I think he started on softs, or was he on? No, he definitely wasn't on hards.
Still way ahead of the pack.
Yeah, the top 4. It was Richard, S&P, Kalen, and Levi were out front. So Kalen making a nice move on Yanelli. That's fresh softs versus worn mediums.
Yeah, plus Janelli's gonna also go into pits this lap with the mediums. Yeah, so Levi definitely started on the softs. because he was sticking in front of the pack. If he started on hards and put early, we would have seen him fall behind and then make ground back. But still, he's made a lot of time on KLM pace, which that gap is gonna drop quite a bit for the next few laps. While the softs are still in their highest gear, you see KLM pace is gonna make a lot of time back on the Meteors. But I don't know if it'll be enough to pump the other two. Richard is like a 10 seconds ahead in the lead, so he's just got to bide his time, make no mistakes. And he might be in it for the win. It's going to be close with him and Leviticus, honestly.
So Fluffy Butt, who's used all the tyres, and Fluffy doesn't have to pit. He's 34 seconds behind, so he's not in it for the race win. But he was battling with Ghost Killer. Ghost Killer's got stuck behind Pumpkin Patch when he came out. A lap later, Pumpkin and Pumpkin did 2 laps earlier, and Fluffy won. So they now have Superman who still has to pit in front of them, and the other 3 don't. But Fluffy Butt is 2.5 seconds ahead of Manny, who's coming in now. So that takes him out the way. But what I was saying, it works out that Fluffy's opened a gap of 3.4 on Pumpkin. It was 2 when he came out the pits. And Ghost Killer's stuck half a second behind, where Ghost Killer was right behind Fluffy. So it's close.
And they're going to the end. Pumpkin is going to the end.
All 3 of these, yeah.
End.
Pumpkin also.
Killer as well, yeah. Yeah, it's still going to be close.
So Pumpkin's going to have to defend, but Pumpkin's got a solid. He's up to 6, but even if Ghost Killer gets past him, it means he's back into 7th place. I don't think there's, with his pace on softs, there's enough time for Janelli on hards, or Brunavain's making a big dive on the inside of Junelli.
Yeah, I think the Audi does have. Yeah, the Audi does have the straight line speed, as even though in the slipstream the Swift is not as far on the top end. But he's gonna look for a send, honestly.
Yeah, he's doing the switch.
Fresh soft versus fresh hards.
Was that double first?
Next level.
The double right-hander, which turns actually into a quadruple, you could almost call it. But that's first, second right-hander there. You can set it up nicely. So Brunavain gets through. RBS is the next one that's going to be behind June. He's on hards, so I don't know how long that TT is going to be on hards for. Maybe he's going to put into a soft stint. I don't think another 7 laps will be a great idea. Out of box now. And, let's go back to the front. So Levi's got the gap down to 9.5 now. Richard has to box for softs, and Levi also has to box for hards, but Richard's going to possibly do a lap or 2 more. You can see his tyres are quite a bit more worn, but 9 second gap with 8 laps to go. I think Richard's looking like the favourite at the moment. S&P is only 2 seconds behind Levi. He's on worn mediums. S&P also, I think, has to stop for hard. Same with Kalen. Kalen's got nice fresh softs, but he's now 22 seconds off the lead, 12 seconds behind Levi. Fluffy Butt's 9 seconds behind him. Fluffy doesn't have to stop though, so I think Fluffy might actually jump Kalen when he stops for hards. It's about a 10 second stop.
Yeah,
with no fuel.
With a big comeback. Yeah. Because finally getting ahead of Pumpkin Patch though.
Yeah. So Pumpkin, if I was him, I wouldn't have wanted to fight too hard. He's got 5.7 seconds on Brunavain, so now you just want to sit in Ghost Killer's slipstream and get towed away from anyone else. Have a very well-earned 7th place. Good strategy. The only thing that lovely green and red 9BR livery, I was driving behind Faster Ross in our practice race yesterday, and the setting sun was blinding me on that green. They're acting like a mirror.
Chrome green.
Chrome is terrible. I think from now, every livery I make is going to be chrome, so my rivals can't see where they're going.
Kalen with another, I almost said Kalen with another place. Kalen with another penalty,
Just going through. Manny's up to 11th at the moment. He's at a GTSA. You're still 13th. He's got to make up about 6 seconds to catch up to Manny for the last non-relegation spot. Soderbull, after that big accident, he's still in last.
Yeah, if there's one thing I do know is that the boys hate front wheel drives, like really hate front wheel drives.
Well, looking at the
Like I
gaps
don't
come
mind
down.
them, I'm not good at them either, but yeah, front wheel drive. Oh, we're gonna see very minimal tens on your rating system this week, I'm sure.
I enjoyed it. You've got to have different cars, otherwise it gets boring doing open or the same GR3s and 4s every time.
Exactly.
Richard's gap dropped by
I'm open to it.
1.3 last time around. He's now into the second half of his front left tyre, so that's when the pace really starts falling off. That said, it hasn't dropped too much this lap. If you look at Levi's last 4 laps, 29.5, 29.5, 29.6, 29.3. Richard,
He's catching almost 2 seconds a lap.
Richard
A second at
30.8,
least.
30.5, 30.3, 30.0. So yeah, it's a second to second half lap, but we've got 24, 25, 26, 3.5 laps, and then they'll both probably pit with 1 to go for hard tyres. So can he make up 7 seconds in 3.5 laps is a question.
That's the thing. And what's also worse about the tire wear on the front wheel drives, the more it wears out, the more it wears out. If you get what I'm saying.
Levi's really pushing the last 2 corners. He is putting a wheel on the dirt. He's not catching that much on this lap though. They both opened the gap up. The gap was 2 seconds to S&P. It's now almost 6.
And I see JP van Rensburg saying the green chrome liveries are called Shoaib's Christmas liveries. So they called my eyes are burning. Yeah, they do burn. If you get them in the sun, the right settings, it's a strategy on its own.
I'm just looking. Ghost Killer's opened 1.3 seconds on Pumpkin Patch. That's the closest gap on the track. Then 1.6 RBS to Brunvane. Here we've got a battle towards the back. GTRSA, Janelli and Supermani. Janelli in 11th place, which is the last non-relegation. GTRSA will want to get through to stay in Pool 1. We are going to go back.
I don't know if he's going to manage on 4 laps, so 4 more laps on the softs. Yeah. That's already in its last 25%.
Well, yeah, Janelli's on hard, so I think I'd rather have no front left on a soft than new hards. It's a very, very similar.
Honestly,
pace. You lose on the right-handers, but the left-handers you've got lots more grip. So you just need to defend the rights. Manny's got past him he's in 10th now. That could be good news for Yastil as well, who's closing the gap to the 11th, 12th battle. He's only 5 seconds behind. Here you see GTRSA looking for the inside line, but the thing with that corner up the hill there, you have a lot of extra drive if you hold the line. Janelli been brave in leaving the door open there. GTRSA knows his right hand turns.
He gave the space.
I don't know if there's
they both get a little bit twirly.
I think there was a small touch and he backs out of it to let him go back through, and then almost hits him again.
Really good sportsmanship from the back.
Yeah.
Really good sportsmanship, but
that gave 2 seconds to.
GTRSA is getting nervous here.
Yeah, Steele's got 2 seconds back because of that. It's also, even though it's a little touch, it breaks your concentration and makes you nervous there. So I'm going to quickly duck to the front. Gap is 5.6, so it's looking very much in Richard's favour at the moment. So we're going to watch this battle for the last relegation place at the moment. My money's on GTRSA with those softs, but let's see if Janelli can defend. You know, he's got great pace, racecraft.
The thing is, Jan Ali is forcing him to use a lot more tires than what he should be. So next lap, those soft tires are going to be dying of death, as Super GT would say.
No, I think they already died of death. It's their ghost that's pulling him around the track there. So GTRSA looks up the inside again.
Sportsman.
Looks up the inside and a small bit of contact. Okay, so here we go. Richard's in. Surprised he didn't do one more lap. But
yeah, he could have.
He had enough fuel and his tyres weren't finished, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Levi will probably be able to make about 2 seconds, 3 seconds on this lap. because of the tyre difference. But
Yeah, and I think just as it is, Levi's in a. Barring any mistakes, Levi's got this in the bag. He just needs to bring it home.
yeah,
The pace will just be faster on those mediums as they are right now.
Levi's still got to stop for hards.
Kalen's having a tough time. Oh, he made a big mistake at the end of lap 25.
So he lost 5,
Big
6 seconds.
mistake. I just saw it on his stream.
He let Fluffy through, but his front left tyres
Yeah.
died a death, as you said. This
Yeah, so
brings back
at
memories.
the final corner, he went off onto the sand just
Wow.
by one little tire, and it sent him into the wall, like, well, close to the wall.
Yeah.
No damage, but enough to just unsettle the car enough to almost make him do a double spin. So
Okay.
he lost a good, like 8 seconds there.
Yeah. Gap's gone up to 4.1. Levi's going to have to pit this lap. I think you need about 7 to 9 seconds, so I don't think he'll stay ahead. And the other nice thing is,
Levi's likes to do odds.
yeah, Richard's got his tyres up to temperature now.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot about the odds. Levi still has to do the odds. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
Richard looks like he's gonna take this.
Richard goes back
SMP
through.
is
SMP's
also going in.
Going in.
Oof.
Fluffy doesn't have to stop, so it's going to be close with. We can see Richard's gone out with 6-second gap again. SMP is going to come out right by Fluffy, I think. Does Fluffy go through on the
Yeah,
Suzuki?
and it's odds versus softs. Just about.
Oh.
Oh no, he goes off.
Does he let Kalen through? No, Kalen's pitted as well. Kalen had to pit, so Ghost Killer's now 5th. Fluffy, I think, got a surprise with the car suddenly appearing in on his inside. And just ran that little bit
possibly.
deep. He could have got the podium without that, but bad luck there. It was just the timing. And, he doesn't. We've got Ghost Killer now on the last lap. We're going to
Ooh,
quickly
this
look.
might be close.
Dirty tyres for Fluffy. Softs versus Ghost Killer softs. I don't know if there's enough time to make moves, especially with the same compound. Levi 6 seconds behind.
It's gonna be close. He might send it.
There's no room for him there. A small shut.
Yeah, he's gonna go full. Oh, goes up on the inside. Fluffybot has no choice now. Oh, cuts him off. Very good driving by the two of them. Killer wants to send it in
Okay,
again.
we got
Doesn't.
just Richard takes the win. We're going to see Levi come across for second. SMP is going to hang on to third. Ghost Killer Fluffy, but Fluffy braked. I don't know if
Fluffybot lets him through.
must have had a small bit of contact there or something. So Fluffy always sportsmanship, let him go through there. He'll be ringing that.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
SMP Pumpkin Patch now with Kalen having to pit comes through in 6th. Brunova in 7th, Kalen 8th, RBS 9th, Manny's going to take 10th. GTSA did get past Jan Ali, and we saw that, and he made 2 seconds. Steele was right behind him. And then Soda Bull's going to bring it home. So yeah, great race by the guys there. The 2-stopper just holding out over the 3-stopper, but that wasn't just on strategy. I mean, Richard had fastest lap for 2/3 of the race. It was only when Levi put his second set of softs on, probably a little bit lower fuel, that he took the fastest lap. Extra couple points for him there.
GTSA just keeps it in to pull one also.
Unlucky for Fluffy there. Good strategy. Almost ended up with third. It ends up with 5th. Fastest lap Levi 28.5. 28.8 for Richard. 28.9 for S&P. We had Fluffy but also 28.8. Who else was in the 28? So Brunnevan did a 28. Kalen Pace did 28.
Yeah, those are crazy times.
And guys in the
I
20.
only had my optimal at a 28, but I didn't see it happening in the race.
Not anytime soon. So, thanks guys everyone for joining us. Thanks Mr. Ravanti, that was fun. Always good to have you here. Don't forget our sponsors,
That's
TGN
always
Racing
a pleasure,
Simulators, Trackart, Cherry and Ford in that funny little city called Para something. Who else? We got Right
Palabora.
That's the one. Right Recruitment. Rhino Utilities in Sanin, and I think that's it, other than Mayfair Gearbox, the MG Art guys, which is Dean and DC Gaming and a whole bunch of other crazy oaks. So, shot for watching. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sponsors, and go do your chalk donations if you work for the government and got paid yesterday. Okay, cool. Catch you guys later.
All right. Have a good one. Good evening.
Oh, we almost forgot. Driver of the day. I'm going with our winner. And
But yes, he pulled it back. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go with GTSA in that one. Spent so much time at the back, but pulled it out of nowhere right at the end to take in early to keep the relegation.
And then Punkin and Fluffy as well. So yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Ciao.